we just got a sneak peek for how Mahoraga's defensive adaptation will work, and my prediction on how it would work wasn't actually that far off. I'll play a sneak in the background so all of you can see it, but for an explanation on how it works, judging from what's shown, it seems to turn your guard into a parry. Now, a lot of details are left up in the air, such as if it's a passive guard or an actual counter that's only active for certain frames, but I'll make some theories off of what we can see. Before we start analyzing though, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you get even more commentary on Jujutsu Shenanigans. Now, let's begin today's yap session. First, I'd assume that this parry passive is going to work just like Akari's counter. What I mean is that by pressing F, if an attack hits you during a certain time frame, it'll negate the attack that hits you and knock anybody near you back. I'm making this inference because of the shockwave that Mahoraga emits after blocking the ranged projectile. On ranged attacks, it just avoids the hits, while on melee attacks, it damages and knocks anyone near you away. Now, my guess on the active frames is that this just replaces your block, making you untouchable for one hit as long as you're holding F. My reasoning for that is that removing your ability to block in exchange for only having a manual counter would be really harsh on Mahoraga and probably make his guarding worse, especially when you take into account that he's only allowed to use this move in his green mode, which is something the opponent will know and will adapt to. It wouldn't actually be that terrible or unbalanced of an idea if we think about it some more too, since for one, Mahoraga is not supposed to play passive, so holding block as Mahoraga will not get you anywhere. And for two, you don't know how good the other modes are, so the green mode will probably end up balanced by opportunity cost. Putting even more thought into it, a counter like this might even be a bad thing for Mahoraga to use in some situations, because it makes it impossible to M1 trade after blocking 2 hits, and constantly resets the game to neutral. I honestly think that if Z goes the route of making this passive a parry on Mahoraga's block, it will be balanced, just because of how good the other 2 modes might be, and how playing defensive as Mahoraga is generally not something you want to do. Anyways, if the counter passive is similar to how Akari's counter works, then it'll also be useless against range attacks, which is something this clip also sort of shows. I say that because one range attack takes down your counter, and also puts you in a counter end lag, while not actually doing anything to your opponent, which puts them in a good position to attack you, especially against multi-hits like Soulfire. Akari's counter just sort of fails against range attacks, so it's not going to be unbalanced as some people might think at first glance. As a TLDR for my theories on the move, it's going to make it so when you block, instead of just negating any blockable hits, you instead negate the hit that hits you and do a shockwave that knocks anyone back, which resets both players to neutral. It's important to note one key detail about the sneak though, which is that Z is just running with ideas right now, so there's a chance that this doesn't get added. If it is added though, it would be a great way to shut down aggressive players as Mahoraga to then turn the tide, but also be balanced out by Mahoraga not wanting to be defensive, and also opportunity costs from the other modes later on. Tell me what you think about the sneak peek in the comment section down below, because I love hearing your ideas for this game. I'm Noob Eternally, the king of yapping, and make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want even more in-depth commentary on Roblox games. I'll see you next time in another video, and have a good day. Bye.